joining me on Tarot Machine. This is your monthly love reading for the month of February 2017, and this will be for the sign Libra. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle to see what energies you'll be working with for the month. Okay, what you have in the reading is the Five of Swords upright and the Six of Cups upright. So with the Five of Swords upright, it's saying that um you could have a victory if you single looking for somebody. You could have a chance of meeting somebody that you want, but what it's showing is that you're this person that you're going after, that you want to bring in your love atmosphere. You're going to do everything possible to bring that person closer to you, or try to obtain that person and try to get that person to be with you. And you're doing it by all means necessary. If they're talking to other people, you kind of like trying to brush the other people out the picture of if they was interested, or somebody can be coming at you like that. They may like you and they see you talking to somebody and they trying to make themselves more present than anybody else that you may be interested in to bring in for a relationship. So you could be having that energy, or that could be playing out when you meeting somebody, when you're thinking about having a relationship with somebody. And the second card you have is the Six of Cups upright. The Six of Cups usually is a card of nostalgia. So whoever you meeting, they having a reminiscing of somebody you was with before. They is carrying the same characteristics, or you're thinking about an old person you was in a relationship with, and you probably not with them no more, and you going out to find somebody new, and you meet somebody else and they have the same kind of, they bringing back certain type of memories of somebody you was with before, or you're stuck on those kind of old memories you had with somebody you used to be with, and you're throwing those on other people that you're meeting out and about, or people that you're interested in when you're trying to be in a relationship. If you already coupled up, it's showing that you and your companion can be arguing about something, but one of y'all in the relationship, when it comes to love, is trying to get a victory out of it. So they trying to make sure that their point is being heard, and they're doing it by all, not all means necessary. Usually the source is a mental thing, so they may be using certain words to push you to agree with something that you may not be feeling like is good for the relationship, but they want to have their way, so they're trying to talk you, basically over talk you into it so you can go along with it. And you feel like, you may have a gut feeling that it may not work for the relationship, but they're, you see your companion trying to drive this issue, so you might give in and go ahead and do it just to see what will happen. And the second card, if you joined up already, saying that maybe what they bring it into the relationship, that you feel that they feel that could make your relationship better. You may, or your companion may, think that y'all already did it before in some kind of form of a fashion. Whatever you're trying to bring in new to the relationship, they thinking mentally that it's already been done before in the relationship, or you already tried that and it didn't go nowhere. So you're trying old patterns that you did before in the relationship to make your relationship um, more grounded and stable between the both of you. What you have underneath it is the strength card. If you're single, it's showing that you're displaying a certain confidence about yourself, or the people that you're meeting is displaying a certain confidence that you may be attracted to, and maybe that's one of the old characteristics with the Six of Cup that you're being levitated to. They showing this this take charge attitude and this self confidence about themselves that you're levitating to, or somebody sees that characteristic in you when they looking at you for a prospect to be in a relationship with. Um, as a couple, what it's saying is that one of y'all in the month is going to display um, more power when it comes to doing things in your relationship or taking charge of different situations in your relationship. It could either be you or your companion. It's saying that you may be taking on your companion may be taking on a new strength of power with clearing out old issues, or to have his way in, or him or her way into the relationship. They gonna just really bump their chest up and just and trying to be, I don't want to say aggressive, but they're aggressive to display that whatever they want to bring into the relationship, that it gets done a certain way. They just going to be more commanding and demanding, and they can be more commanding and demanding for more attention from you too. What you have in the past is the Ace of Swords upright. So the Ace of Swords upright is showing, if you're single, you was thinking of taking on new types of ways, or thinking about new types of ways of meeting people, or trying new things that you was thinking about doing that you never done before, to bring in a relationship to you. You was trying to say, you was always a person that got hooked up from friends, and you turn around and say, well, I want to try online dating. So you trying different ideas. They brand new. You're just dancing the idea of trying them out. You probably still filtering the information of trying to do how to bring a relationship from that, or you was thinking about the idea of it. It was a ground thought of it, and you haven't really acted on it, but you have thought about it in the past. If you are um in an established relationship, what it's showing is that in the past, that you or your companion was bringing up small little ideas that they felt that could help the relationship be more solid, or move forward, or try to bring a new dynamic to your relationship. They was thinking up little ideas. They may have brought them up, and they brought them up as in a form of casual conversation, just to see what kind of reaction they would get out of you before they would have moved ahead on these ideas. But they probably came up in a little casual conversation. You talked about it for a minute, and it was just like what they call as fuel for thought. And they brought up the ideas, and you probably said yes, no, maybe, or whatever, or we'll get back to it later, or whatever the dynamics of your relationship is. They had brought it up to try it or experimented on it, and it was just brought up and never acted upon. It was just a beginning thought of an idea of how to reshape your relationship. What you have crowning above you is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. If you're single, the one thing it's showing is that if you meet somebody, and they're not going to be financially stable, what's going to end up happening to them is that they may present a heir to you that they is very financially grounded, but once you or financially stable within themselves, but once you dig deeper into that person, what's going to come to find out is that dude is he's running on short fumes. Basically, he doesn't have what that person says he's having. He's presenting the air to you. So if you're single and you meeting sort of that type of person, be aware, because it could just be a facade. It's just saying he just presenting himself like they're solid and they're confident and they have enough stuff around them, but really when you dig deeper into the situation, they may not have that um, um, to their name, or somebody thinks that way about you, that you're presenting yourself on this certain level or ground when it comes to you trying to bring a person into your personal sphere for a relationship. They probably think that you're presenting yourself more than what you are or more than what you have. So you have to be kind of watch that out if you're single. If you're coupled, what it's saying is that you may feel as a couple that you're not as solid as you is, and some of it could be a financial thing, and you could be trying to think of or work on different ways to bring financial stability into your relationship so it would not be a constant argument or a constant problem. Because the 6 of cups is about nostalgia, but to me it's also about constant stuff that keeps coming up. It keeps coming up and it keeps revisiting, and you probably decided as a couple to work on your financial thing together so that will not be a recurrent issue that keeps coming up in your relationship, or it puts a wedge in your relationship to be always kind of arguing and fighting and trying to make ends meet or whatever to do what you want to do as a couple and not have the security to do it. The last card you have is the 3 of cups in reverse. So, um, 3 of cups in reverse is saying for singles that you probably is tired of trying to meet friends on a what they call in a social environment or a party environment. And that's why I said in the past you was thinking of new ideas of how to meet somebody, because maybe this is one of those things you tried before of meeting friends through friends or social activities, and the people that you met came with this fake air about themselves, or they was too pushy to try to get their way on you, or they reminded you of something in the past that you may be one to get rid of that you don't want to bring back in your life from a past relationship. So you probably decided to a point now that you don't want to meet people on a social level like in clubs or at parties or at a concert, or these different activities of fun that you're meeting these people at, because it's probably not giving you a true picture of how these people is, because you're catching these people in a frame of a moment and then you're trying to bring them in a relationship, and then when you try to settle them down something else comes out of them that you didn't expect. So you're got to a point now, if you're single, that you don't want to meet somebody in that same type of atmosphere, that party atmosphere. You're trying to invent a new angle of how to bring in a relationship from the outside of a just a casual out with friends added environment. If you're already coupled up, what it's saying is that you may be as a couple ready to spend time just with yourselves. You don't want to be going out, either one of you don't want to go out as a couple, but you feel like you come to a decision that it's maybe time in a relationship. If you're that type of couple that goes out all the time, it's maybe y'all both came to a decision, or you or your companion came to the decision, is that it's time to slow that kind of down and focus more on being isolated with your companion, to make sure to make that a little bit solid and spend some quality time with yourselves. So let me go ahead and see what astrological sign this will be playing out for Libra, if they meet them or they already in a relationship. I got Pisces. So if it's a Pisces sun, moon, or rising, you could be going through this with a Pisces, or you're already in a relationship with a Pisces, and some of these energies will be playing out. So let me go ahead and get one chakra card to see where their chakra is at once you come across them, or if you're already in a relationship, to see um, where their mind state will be for the month. Okay, you got the card of instinct. So if you're single, meeting this um, Pisces, it's saying use your internal compass when you feeling out whoever you bringing into a relationship. Not just judge it on some kind of physical thing they bring into you, or they trying to say something to convince you to say yes to it, and don't kind of you use some old characteristics that you're meeting these people and trying to kind of paste it over on them. It's saying use your internal compass to figure out if these people that you're meeting are the right ones for you, or they can fit into what you consider how you want a relationship. And that's the same way if you are a couple up. It says learn how to feel each other out. You had that sense before when you first met somebody, then when you got into a relationship, and then the years go by, eventually that natural instinct of knowing your partner drops down because you're comfortable with them. But sometimes, if the instinct will play in another way, you could tell if something's going wrong in the relationship, and where to turn it, or where to kick it up or dial it back, or to make the adjustments. So it's saying get back into your feelings as a couple, and use your instinct, that if you can sense something wrong in your partner, go ahead and either bring it up and talk about it, or go ahead and try to work with it and figure out where is your partner going with all these actions that they're bringing into the relationship. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe, leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.